In 1941, Hitler orchestrated the Holocaust. In 1945, Hitler died. Was this karma or just coincidence? For thousands of years, ancient wisdom claimed that our actions shape our future, but not in the way you might think. You see, this isn't superstition. It's the ancient science of karma. And once you understand it, you'll never see your life the same way ever again. This first step is by far the most important, but it's also the most neglected. Imagine playing GTA thinking that there are no cops. You rob, crash cars, and cause chaos until the wanted level reaches 5 stars. Now you're surrounded like Kamala Harris at a college Q&A, looking for an escape, but it's too late. So, moral of the story? Karma is real. Now, karma is derived from the Sanskrit word karman, which means act. But the Buddha added a slight twist to this word. He says, intention, I tell you, is karma. By karma, the Buddha means intentional action. If your friend asks you for, let's say, a new game to play, and you invite him to go and play Minecraft, this is bright karma because you want to help your friend. If your friend goes on to hack the game and troll the players, he creates dark karma for himself. Your karma is still bright because your intention was to be helpful. But if another time Minecraft got hacked by another hacker before him, and somehow when your friend hacked the game, he somehow stopped the hacker from hacking. Even though it sounds good on paper, your friend's karma is still dark because his intention was motivated by greed, by unwholesome state. And your intentional actions have consequences, not because of some karma police, not because of some invisible force, but because habits frankly create patterns. And science calls this neuroplasticity. Repeated actions, repeated intentions rewire your brain, making you more likely to behave the same way in the future. If you lie often, if your mind is full of hatred, you are more likely to be full of hatred in the future. But if you act with patience, if your mind is always still, you are more likely to be in this present moment a patient person. Your past actions shape your present self. But also what we experience today right now is also in part a result of our past action. But the Buddha goes even deeper. Karma is not only what we do, but also what we say and think. We can be compassionate on the outside, we can be full of love on the outside, we can be honest on the outside. But if our intention is full of lust, is full of hatred, it's basically practically useless. What's the point? When I was researching for this video, I went over and watched my friend's video, Simeon, and in his video, he shared this really wonderful quote. And it's that we can fool others, we can fool ourselves.
But we cannot fool the law of karma.
And karma, the law of karma, isn't about fate. Speaking of the law, it's about patterns. It's a law of nature. You can throw a stone inside a river and the stone will sink. That is a law of nature. There is no external being defining that. But because it is a law of nature, it just happens. The same thing happens with karma. It is just cause and effect. The real question we should ask isn't, will karma catch up to me? It's, what kind of person am I training myself to be? This brings us on to the next part. When somebody reacts to you, it reflects their karma. Their actions are driven by the habits, mental formations, and intentions that they cultivate within themselves. Like if somebody reacts with anger, it stems from the unwholesome mental states that they cultivate within themselves. But if somebody responds with patience or compassion, it comes because they trained that. It comes because they cultivated those in the first place. In fact, the Buddha says a person acts according to their own volition, influenced by their own intentions and mind. Someone else's actions are a product of their karma, and it is not my responsibility, it's not your responsibility either to fix that person. That person is just the way that they are. But while we can't control the way that others behave, we surely can control the way that we behave. Sure, we may have generated a lot of dark karma before, but we can fix that. And you know, a lot of people use karma as an excuse. They say, I'm like this now because of all the things that happened to me in the past and I can't change myself. Well, if those things happened to you in the past, that's exactly what they are, right? Things that happened in the past. And yet they say, no, 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 because this thing happened to me in the past and that's the reason why I'm like this. The reason why I'm toxic now is because my friends to me were toxic to me before. But you can change that. We can understand that we take suffering while they are saying those stuff, while they are saying that they cannot control themselves because of the actions that they took in the past, because of the things that have happened to them. We can take ownership of our present moment. If I created my suffering, I can also create my liberation, and we know that. And so we can help them know that the difference really, in the end, is awareness. And so before reacting to somebody or reacting to life, I want you to ask the question, what karma do I want to create moving forward? What will bring me to a good effect in the future? And so everything that we've just talked about ends on this third part of the video. And if you're at this part of the video, welcome to the unfiltered section. If you're watching this, you have top 1% attention span. I bet many others have clicked off this video already, but you're still here. So let's talk about some real shit now. You're out here with a 600-day Duolingo streak, flexing your advanced Italian, thinking you're one espresso away from connecting with the locals. But then an actual Italian speaks to you. Boom. You're standing there and you mumble, spaghetti? Macadiavolo stai dicendo. While your confidence responds in 10 business days. Bro, what are these analogies? That's what learning about karma, but never applying it looks like. You can read all the wisdom, post all the quotes, but when life actually tests you, you just stand there buffering like a tourist who only knows pizza or ciao. If karma is real, that means every action you take right now is shaping your future self, and we do know that it is real, right? So what kind of person do you want to become? The Buddha splits dark karma into 3 parts: body, speech, and mind. You cultivate dark karma of the body by doing 3 things: destroying life, stealing, and sexual misconduct. You cultivate dark karma of the speech if the speech you say is false, if it is lying, if it is a divisive speech, if it is a speech with the intent of offensiveness, or if it's something you say pointlessly. You cultivate dark karma with the mind if you act with craving, if you act with a strong dislike towards something, or if you act with complete ignorance. And on the other hand, if you want to cultivate bright karma, simply reverse that and do the opposite of that. You can take a screenshot of this and you can print it and you can place it on your wall, or you can write it down. And if you're watching this, an actionable step that you can do is to start small. Replace one negative action with a positive one every single day. Over time, this shapes bright karma. So that was the ancient science of karma. But I guarantee you that you will forget everything that you've learned in this video unless you have a supportive community that ensures to hold you accountable. Join our free Discord where that's exactly what we do. Link down in the description. As always, live in the now, because tomorrow may never come. Bye-bye.